Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a face full of first impressions for you. So I've got several products that I have been waiting to try, or some that I just realized, oh, I've never used that. So I'm gonna jump right in and tell you guys most of this is gonna be higher end stuff. I will definitely do more drugstore as well later on in other videos, which is what I've been trying to get into. But for today, I've got a few products that I am really excited to try. Top of that list are the Blood Sugar palette, and I also have the Marc Jacobs Shameless foundation. So I have these and several other things to try out with you. So if you want to see me try out a face full of first impressions, brand new products to me, then just keep watching. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and prime with the Milk Makeup Luminous Blur Stick. So this is, of course, the Blur Stick has been out for a while. This one does have a luminous finish, so it's not as matte. I am really into luminous right now. That is the look I've been using. So I'm going to go in with this. So it is a stick form. I'm just going to apply it to the face. I haven't really used any Milk makeup. I've tried like things in store, but never really just bought something to use it. So I'm going to smooth that in. Ooh, I really like that texture. And I can see the little radiance that it gives. It's subtle. But I also like that it's going to fill in and blur my pores, because that's a particular concern for me. You're going to see me turn red. Super normal for me, so don't be alarmed. I forgot to wet my sponge. Alright, so now that we're all primed, I am going to jump in with the Marc Jacobs Shameless foundation. I will tell you guys, I got this free from Influencer. So they teamed up and sent out this Vox box. I'm so grateful to have it. I did get the shade Fair R150, so I'm not sure if it's going to be my color. It was just like a best guess kind of thing when they sent out the survey. So of course it's hard to just guess, but we're going to find out. I'm going to quickly take a little bit on my finger and see how it looks. I'm a little red here, so that kind of throws it off, but I think it's going to be pretty good. I always match my neck. I don't match all of this like red and pink in here, because it would probably match a little bit darker. Now this foundation does say you can use it with a sponge or a brush. I'm going to try it with a sponge. I've been loving the Morphe Beauty sponge, so I'm going to dab a little bit. I'm going to go like that on the sponge and just see how it looks. So it's looking pretty light when I put it all like that, but not too bad. I'm assuming it might darken a little bit as it dries, so we're going to make it work, even if I have to kind of bronze up a little bit. But when you really look at it against my neck, it doesn't look off. I would rather match my neck and just kind of have to bronze than, you know, get something too dark. This foundation says that it self-sets. I don't know about that. I am always a big believer in setting powder, setting sprays. I'm really into that kind of insurance in my makeup, but we're gonna try it out. I probably am gonna use a little powder just because I don't see myself not using a powder. But I am going to use a new powder and something that's really light. It's not like a super long wear powder. So this will still have to work and last. I'm going to do one more little dab for my forehead. So I'm looking really white on camera. I really don't look that crazy white in person. So I'm just going to go with it. So as you can see, I still have some imperfections showing through. It's not bad. I could totally leave it like this. I am going to layer it up a bit just in those areas where I'm seeing some redness and discoloration. So that's mainly right here in the cheeks, and then I see a little bit in the forehead. So I'm just going to dab in those areas and maybe hit the chin just a little bit. Let's see how it layers up. Okay, so I think we're looking pretty good. It is definitely more medium coverage. Even with the building, it didn't provide full coverage. I could go in with another layer, but I really don't want to make it heavy. So I'm going to leave it just like this. Concealer, I have the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Concealer. This I actually have in 1C, which is the lightest cool shade. It looks awful pink and it's not extremely light, but we're going to try it. I want to see how it works, but truly with, I think the majority of their products, they really need a lighter shade. I can say the foundation that I recently tried, no ma'am, too dark and too yellow, but we're gonna just see what it looks like. Yeah, that's super pink. Like, it looks kind of light on camera. It is so pink, it's insane. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in. And this is not, come on, this is not a light shade. I got this in my gratis at work, so I kind of was able to pick and choose, but the neutral even looked a little bit dark. So we're just gonna try to make this work. But even if I really like the formula, this is not really a good shade for me. I can probably make it work just from looking at it, but I like some really light concealer under my eyes, and this is not it. It's blending pretty nicely with the foundation, I'll say that. It's not giving any issues. They're mixing just fine. I look a little tiny bit brightened, but not much. Just for the sake of my makeup today, I'm gonna add just a bit of Shape Tape in the shade Fair. So I'm literally going to just super lightly dot it just to give a little brightening effect. The concealing, the coverage is good. And as long as you're not extremely fair, or they don't have a very good deep color range either. They only have 1 through 6, which, I don't know. It could go deeper and it could go lighter. For powder today, I'm going to be using the Lancome Absolute powder in the shade Pearl. So I have been using this in the shade I don't know how, I'll put the name right here. Is it Pesci? I don't know. Joe Pesci? I don't know. So, picked up the wrong color. That is the shade Pearl. This is the one I've been using, which you can't see a big difference in the jar, but we're gonna try it out. I got both shades and I thought, oh, either one will do. I don't know. We're gonna see about this Pearl. So I'm gonna take that right under my eye. So Pearl is a little bit darker than the one I was using. This will actually be kind of good on the face to give just a bit of color where I don't have it. I probably will not continue to use the shade Pearl under my eyes though. I don't know about this little baby sponge in here, but we're gonna try to use it a little bit. You can see that color difference too. So my original shade will definitely be a better match, but I can use this in the summertime. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques Brush Crush powder brush. We're just going to sweep a little bit on and make sure that there's no excess. Alright, so I'm all powdered up and I'm going to go in with some first bronzer. So I'm going to be using the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bali Sands. That's the shade Bali Sands. It's pretty light, which is, yes, a-okay with me. I'm going to take this Morphe brush and we're just going to kind of bronze around the face. I'm going to do it kind of where I would be contouring, but just kind of swirl it out. Yes, I love this bronzer already because that color is so nice for my fair skin. I believe this is the lightest shade. And because that powder is has darkened my makeup just a little bit, I'm going to take this 306 Real Techniques and dip in. This is the big kabuki brush, so I'm going to bronze my neck. I'm going to go ahead and go down my chest a little bit because I'm super pale. Do like that a lot. And I never really used this IBY Beauty Highlight and Contour Palette, so I am going to go in with that. I'm going to dip into the Contour 1 shade and see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's definitely dark enough. You guys see that? It's really showing up. Gotta carve out those cheekbones. I'm working out, but girl, not enough yet. Still gotta create a face here. And now I'm gonna go back in with that same brush that I bronzed with and contour my forehead. So I do a little heavy here. I've got a larger forehead.
That's just the truth is, because my name is Rufus. And that's the truth.
And then I'm gonna go in with the little tip of that brush and that contour and do that jawline. Now I'm going to do some brows off camera and I'll be right back. Guys, I am all browed now. I used Benefit products, so I used 24-hour brow setter, I used the Foolproof brow powder, and then the Precisely My brow pencil. I also went ahead and primed my lids with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, which you guys are probably well familiar with. I really like to use this when I'm using a new eyeshadow palette to really get a feel for how the shadows work, because I'm really familiar with that as a eyeshadow base. The thing I'm going to do is just kind of coat my lids all in this shade, which is Sugar Cane, and I'm going to use a little bit of glucose right under the brow just to create a nice little fade, but a nice eyeshadow base so everything will blend better. That really, when you look side by side, you can really tell that that pigment really just laid down so evenly, because that was literally just a few little swipes, and I am, you can see, blending up high in the crease. I'm going to grab that little bit of glucose, just a little tiny bit on my brush, and sweep under my brow, blending those two shades together. I'm going to take this shade, which is Tongue Pop. It's like a light peachy pink. And I'm going to take that same brush, which I've just cleaned off, and I'm going to do a large blown out crease with that.
Blending like butter.
I'm already in love with this palette. I'm doing all of this blending with an E27 from Morphe, by the way, which I did not mention. So I'm seeing just a little bit more color on this side, so I'm just matching the two. A little bit of glucose right above that once more. Want to make sure that is beautifully blended. So I'm going to use my Morphe E17. I am going to dip into the shade Prick. You guys know I love some bright colors, so we're going to go a little bit lower in the crease. I'm just going to blend and blend and blend to my heart's content. So I want to brighten that up a little bit. That is blending so nicely. Sorry. It's been a while since an eyeshadow palette really blew me away. Like, I've been buying palettes and just thinking, it's okay. You know, it's pretty good. This shade's great. No. It's just blending so nicely. Just kind of cleaned off. I am now going to dip into a cherry soda right here. And by the way, I don't have a plan for this look. I'm just dipping in. Like, I'm letting the palette speak to me. And red is calling my name. I'm packing that in the outer third of my eye. That's the first thing I'm doing. I'm just doing it, okay? Okay. Same thing as you saw, I haven't blended much yet. I'm just packing. And I'm kind of making that little C motion. That's what we're doing right now. So we're nice and red. I'm changing my mind a little bit, so I'm going to pack it in closer to the center of my eye. And I did go ahead and blend that just a little bit. I'm going to dip again, and again, pack it further in. I'm going to keep it going and dip into Fresh Meat. And I think I'm going to keep that in the outer corner where I initially put that red. I'm back into the shade Prick, which is that really bright orangish red. And I want to make sure that that carries nice into my crease and corner. And I haven't lost that brightness. So I am dragging. And then blending. I decided to take that a little bit bigger up, so that's what I'm doing now. I love how blendable this is because I keep like changing and switching and blending out and over, and everything is just really blending beautifully. I'm going to cut my crease and I'm going to mix together a little bit of that Laura Mercier Ultra Longwear, and I'm going to take a little bit of Kat Von D Whiteout, and I'm just going to swipe it on my hand. So I've just got those side by side there. And because my eyelid is a little bit hooded, I am actually blinking. Okay, so I've cut it really big and tall. Now I'm going to pack some shadow over that. I'm taking the shade Candy Floss, which is this light pink, and packing some shadow towards the inner corner of my eye over that cut crease. It's going to look like not much for a second. Now I'm going to take the shade Cavity, which is this hot, hot pink right here. So now I'm blending those two shades together. Ignore that mess right there. We're going to clean that up. I'm dipping back into Fresh Meat, the shade here, and blending that together. So there is the look, and I'm just going to do this eye and be right back. Alright, eyes are almost finished. I'm going to take this small little Morphe brush, and I'm trying to decide what color I want to use underneath. I feel like I want to use this really bright one again. I love that color. Or do I want to do Extraction? I think I want to keep it light, so I'm going to do Prick.
I feel inspired, yes!
I'm going to put a little Urban Decay Perversion in my waterline. The next thing I'm going to try are these Ardell Faux Mink. They're in the style 811. So I'm going to pop these on off camera and be right back.
There's a lot of bad things that they wish and I wish and I wish and I wish and they wish on me. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry.
Alright guys, lashes are on. I really like the look of these. They're not expensive and very pretty. So now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Blush Trio. I have the shade Pool Party. So this is what it looks like. There's a light, like muted peachy color, a pink, and then a nude. So I am going to actually mix the peachy and the pink together. Just kind of dip into both of them a little bit. And go in softly. Woo!
Oh, baby. Okay, we're gonna tone that down in a second.
So it's definitely a bolder blush than I normally do. Really simple way to tone that down is use this Sephora collection in Micro Smooth Powder. I have mine in Clear Light 05. And I'm just going to go back in with that really big kabuki brush. And we're going to soften it up. And I don't have a brand new highlighter, but I haven't really used this one a lot. It's the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Princess Cut. So I'm going to dip into that. As you can see, it looks almost new. I've just kind of swatched and maybe used it once or twice. I'm going to grab this Wayne Gosh number 13. I'm sure this is probably meant for something else. I'm going to dip into Princess Cut. I'm going to take a little bit of that pink out and use Gerard Cosmetics Grace just to kind of soften that a little bit. I mean, color-wise, obviously, we're not softening that glow. Alright, so we are glowing like God knows what. I'm going to go in with some highlighter on my nose. Alright, my nose is really highlighted, and if you noticed before, I did not contour my nose yet. I've been doing it after, for whatever reason, it's just been working for me. So I'm going to dip into that same contour one shade lightly. I'm kind of dipping it in a lot, but I'm gonna dust that off. Alright, so for the lips, I'm obviously going to do something a little softer. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow in the Aesthetic Kiss Cream Lipstick. This is the new formula, so I really haven't tried the formula out. Obviously, I like the color. But I am going to top that with the Stila Glitterati Lip Top Coat. And this is in the shade Ignite. So it has like a reddish kind of shift to it. We're going to see what it looks like. So I'm shaking it up because they are very watery. I hope you guys can see that because it's really pretty. It'll probably be a little bit better over a liquid lipstick because I feel like it's starting to break up just a little bit. Okay, so I've got it applied. It still feels pretty wet, so I'm going to see how long it takes for it to dry. And for setting spray, I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Pollution Protection, which I have refreshed my makeup with, but I've never set it completely with it. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm feeling like glossing this lip up, so I'm going to actually go with another lip product. This is the Milani Hypnotic Lights in the shade Lumiere, I think. It's really pretty, and I'm feeling like I just want a little glossy. Okay, well, I think Milani just kicked some Stila ass. It's not glossy. I thought it was going to be glossy. It is just a beautiful lip topper. Alright guys, that is it for this face full of first impressions. I hope you guys really enjoyed. First of all, in love. I'm in love with that. The Marc Jacobs foundation I think looks pretty good. I will definitely talk about it a little bit more in my vlogs. Overall, I think we had a pretty good time. I think everything looks beautiful. I'm really impressed with every product. I didn't really find a dud in all of this except maybe the concealer, but that was mainly color wise. The coverage is really gorgeous, so I think it was just really that I didn't have a good shade, and that was the only reason not to love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also turn on notifications. That way you know exactly when I upload and you don't have to wonder if you saw my videos. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like these type of videos. Thanks for watching guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye.